Hi, my name is Cassie, and I am the SIPA Marketing Chair. I almost forgot my title there. And this is your 5-minute tip for the week. Here with me is Jerry Fabyanic, an amazing gentleman. He's a podcaster and event organizer for Colorado Writers. Jerry, thank you so much for joining me.
No, I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Cassie, for inviting me.
Absolutely. Now, I had the chance to be at the Book Nook, Bighorn Book Nook last weekend, and it was a tremendous opportunity for me, and I really enjoyed being a part of it. And it got me thinking, what if I want to put up a book expo like you did? How do I do it, Jerry? Where do I start?
Oh, boy. Now, I am fortunate. I live in Georgetown, and we have this tradition here now 58 years since 1960 of having the Christmas market. So what really has helped was, first of all, we had a captive audience coming here to Georgetown. People were shopping and wanted to buy Christmas presents. So, okay, fine. But also, we have a really neat venue. It's a restored schoolhouse from 1874. And my gosh, you know, when you think of a schoolhouse and books, like, they just go together. So I had this splendid opportunity to put this together last year. I did it very quickly. And it was successful, pulled together in 4 weeks. This year had a lot more time to plan it, and it grew exponentially. I simply doubled the number of rooms we used, and we had a lot more authors and a wider spread, of course, and with the genres. So how do you get an event organized like this? You need to look at something of that nature. Is there a place, and it could be in the summer, it could be, I don't know, at the flea market or something, that you already have people coming to buy stuff. All right. So you don't have to draw an audience to that. And then if you can, find a locale, a site in some way, and then to arrange a place, like I have here with the schoolhouse, because to sell books, you really want to be indoors. If it happens to be a beautiful, warm summer day and you got a tent, okay, fine. But, it can rain anytime. And the last thing you need is moisture coming down on books out there. So is there an indoor place that's covered, that's sheltered? That's another factor that comes into play as well. And once you have those in place, the rest of it is just organization. And my gosh, you just start reaching out to the fine folks at SIPA, and I am the membership director now for the Colorado Authors League. So, and in my podcasting experience, I've met a ton of authors, including you. And so you just start reaching out, and then word of mouth spreads. That's where it starts.
Awesome. Word of mouth. I love that. So interesting that you said this, because I've never seen an expo for books outside. And this is why, but things that you never think about, and so let me ask you this. As far as the event space, is it something that you pay for, or is there an exchange? And, you had the schoolhouse, it was just a perfect fit. But if we don't have that, how do we go about finding that space? And is there a price to pay?
Well, and there is. I certainly had to rent the space from the trust, Georgetown Trust, because they have to pay the bills too. So, anybody can rent those spaces out for events. I was one. So, and it's grown this year that we had a couple other vendors that came in addition to the authors that were selling wreaths, for example, and jams, jellies across the hall from us. So that helped attract more people into the building there. But you have that upfront cost, and it comes with any enterprise. Okay. So you have to rent space, and then I turn around and charge all of you, X amount of table space. And it really tried to keep it really affordable, very economical, because we know as writers and authors that our margin is so tight. And if people are going to be traveling great distances to sell their books, you need to make it reasonable, affordable. So I had to at least pay the bills, there, and get it going, and we'll go from there.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we're almost at the end of our of our 5 minutes here, but is there anything else that we're not thinking of that was something that you thought, man, I wish I had known that before I put up this or organized this event?
Uh, Gosh, I wish I'd have known that there. I think the biggest learning curve I'm on is the marketing of it. How
Okay.
do we attract more people? Because in this case here, the Heritage Center is not right on 6th Street where the primary action takes place in Georgetown. So
Okay.
how do we move people down 2 blocks to literally walk down there and come into the building? And that's the biggest challenge that I have there. So I did, for example, I put sandwich boards out there. We had flyers. All of you were promoting it on Facebook, etc. And I keep growing that. The organizational piece, I got it down. I can do that. Okay, so people show up. Now we need to get paying customers in the door. How do we do
Definitely.
that?
Okay, the marketing. I think that the marketing is the biggest thing for a lot of different
Yeah.
pieces of any business. So, all right, Jerry, thank you for your time. So tell us, how do we get a hold of you, sir?
Well, oh yeah. Well, I have 2 websites. My personal website, jerryfabyanic.com, and Fabyanic is spelled Fabyanic. That's where I have my work and other, my podcast. I do some blogging, etc.
Okay.
on there. The other is when we have authors like you come onto my radio show. I call it the Big Horn Book Club. So
Okay.
bighornbookclub.com. You can email me simply Jerry with a J, Jerry at jerryfabianic.com.
Wonderful. And I know that you have a book out. What is the name of that book?
Sisyphus wins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Finally, Sisyphus.
He finally wins. Yeah. He gets to push that rock over the other side of the mountain, obliterate it, whatever. There he is. How does he do that? And it's obviously a metaphor for our lives. The rock, we're pushing up the mountain over and over and over. How can we release it?
I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jerry. And thank you, everybody, for watching.
All right. Thanks, Cassie.
Okay. See ya.
Bye now.